What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Mount Massive Asylum, and also welcome back to History Behind the Horror, episode 6. Today, we're going to be looking at the priest, or also known as Father Martin. And also remember, if you do like this video, please give it a like. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when a new video is available. Thank you very much, and let's start the video. A note found by the player describes a patient called Father Martin who has begun suffering from delusions of a higher calling after the Asylum's art therapy program is done away with. The quotation marks around the word father in the note imply that his status as a priest is questionable. The origin is hinted at by the cross on his chest that appeared to be fashioned from straps, and at times a buckle is visible. His origin worships the wall rider, as is the only reasonable explanation he could suffice in his state of dementia. His past experiences with finger painting may have led him to mark the path for miles in blood in the form of writing, arrows, smears, etc. Several notes in the game are written by him, such as this one. Father Martin is a bald man in his 60s wearing a black overall with a white improvised cross on his chest, matching his role as a priest. He sees himself as a prophet of his god, the Wall Rider, and he believes that it is his duty to spread its gospel. He presents himself as a calm and good man, only doing his duty, even apologizing to Miles for sedating him. His faith is so strong that he eventually burns himself on a cross, believing he will be resurrected and freed. He was able to seize control of some of the inmates of Mount Massive Asylum, such as the twins, to the point that he was able to grant Miles free passage through certain sections of the building. However, characters such as Chris Walker and Eddie Glueskin are not under his leadership. Additionally, Traeger seems to despise the priest entirely, which is evidenced by his rants before he mutilates Miles' fingers.
You know, I'm a bit worried how much time you've been spending with Father Martin. I hope you haven't been letting him confuse you with all his holier-than-thou Bible thumping. No offense to the man, but I sometimes worry he might just be a little bit crazy.
Miles first encounters Father Martin in the atrium after being thrown through a glass window by Chris Walker. Seeing their meaning as divine intervention, he calls Miles his absolute and tells him that he has a greater purpose. After Miles wakes up from his blackout, Father Martin is gone.
Little pig.
And who are you, then?
I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle.
Guard your life, son. You have a calling.
Shortly after, he is seen on a monitor in the security control room, cutting off the power to the asylum. After Miles restarts the generator in the basement and returns to the security control room to open the main doors, Father Martin overwhelms him and injects him with a sedative. He says that he cannot allow Miles to leave, for there is so much yet for him to witness. He shows Miles security footage of soldiers being slaughtered by the entity called the Wall Rider, and that he has to accept the gospel so that all doors before him will be open.
I'm sorry, my son. I didn't want to have to do this to you. But you can't leave. Not yet. There is so much yet for you to witness. Will you see it? Can you? Our Lord, the Wall Rider, tearing his truth into the unbelievers. The only way out of this place is the truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
Miles then blacks out and is transported by Father Martin to the holding cells in the prison block. Father Martin is then seen in certain areas throughout the game, sometimes instructing Miles to follow him through. He can be seen in a sewer walking past a blocked off passage while singing. The next encounter is near the end of the male ward after escaping from Traeger. He exclaims that he is glad Miles survived, for that he feared that Traeger would have cut him up just like he did numerous other patients. He says that they're close now, that Miles should follow him outside to the courtyard, where he leaves a message in blood and a document near a flickering lamppost. Father Martin is seen next inside the female ward, waiting at the middle floor of a collapsed section, shouting if Miles saw the Wall Rider as well. He says that Miles can cross from the upper floors to reach him. He is last seen in the chapel in the upper floors of the administration block, where he is crucified in a ceremony as prayer to the Wall Rider, and tells Miles to record his death. A document explaining the ritual can be found earlier in one of the rooms with a praying patient.
No, my son!
Martin makes a cameo appearance in the prison. Wayland Park passes him as he is painting on the wall down the drain for Miles Upshur, as he already was in the asylum. Later in the DLC, Wayland can look out a window in the male ward and see the exterior of the chapel, now ablaze in the aftermath of Father Martin's death. Martin is completely delusional and blindly religious to the Wall Rider, acting as a con priest who solely focuses on his religion. This warps him to see almost everything related to his religion, such as viewing Miles crashing next to him as the Wall Rider sending him an obstacle. His devotion is both suicidal and murderous, willing to crucify and burn himself alive for the sake of the Wall Rider, and killed a man just to use the blood to fingerprint down the drain on the wall. This indicates that he is more dangerous than he lets on, though one of his followers could have killed the man for Martin. Martin's document also says he likes finger painting. Martin appears as a bald, chubby, and old man with a considerably creepy facial expression and a garb of a black unbuttoned straitjacket with the back draping down to his ankles like robes. He also has black pants, matching slippers, and straps around his torso and wrists that's shaped into a cross. Alias: Father Martin, preacher, priest. Gender: male. Hair: none. Eyes: brown. Status: deceased. Died September 18th, 2013. Manner of death: crucified by his variants. And that ends yet another episode of History Behind the Horror, and yet another character dies in the Outlast story. Now, do I believe that Father Martin was good or bad? I can't really tell, because he was bad for stabbing me and sedating me and making all this happen. Because I could have escaped with the security password thing, and then he stabbed me, and then I went unconscious and had to go through all that stuff again. But then at the end, he made sure that I didn't die, because he told the other variants not to kill me. So I can't really tell, but do I call Father Martin crazy? I can't really tell on that either, because based on... You would call somebody crazy for, setting their self on fire and believing that they would come back to life. You would call somebody crazy. But after seeing that something like the Wall Rider, which is a ghost-like entity, exists in a game that I thought was based on realistic things to some extent, and, the Wall Rider was possible. So I really can't call Father Martin crazy. He could come back to life. That's what he believed. He might. We never know, but I guess we have to wait until Outlast 2 to find out, even though Outlast 2 might not totally be canon to Outlast 1. I don't really know. I have to play the game and find out and see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a like, because it does help me out and motivate me to do more videos like these. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you also subscribe, so you will be the first to know when a new video is available. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of History Behind the Horror.